Hey, what's up YouTube? Smaldor here. This one I'm not using my webcam because it's actually the middle of the night. For those who don't know, I generally do my content stuff between like midnight and 6 a.m. if I'm not working, so yeah, no webcam because it's super dark. Don't want to have my lights on. Anyways, this video is going to be a basic video about cargo links, getting them set up with your outposts, and I am going to show you guys how I managed to do it. There are plenty of videos out there. Some of them are very long, some of them are extremely short. I've probably watched over 10 videos, and I would say not a single video had all of the information that I was looking for, and that was why I watched so many different videos. So I'm going to try to have at least as much as I can all the information that you need to get cargo links working properly. So the way that I have it all set up is that I have a primary base where everything is getting funneled into. I have no skills, or no skills related to outposts. So the most amount of outposts I'm allowed to have is 8. There is a skill to increase this. I believe it is planetary habitation, but I don't have that yet. I'm working towards it. And that also means I can only have 3 cargo links or inter-system cargo links per outpost. They share the same thing, so I have 3 here. Since this is my primary base, all 3 of mine here are inter-systems. Go ahead and go to this view. I'm going to use the overhead view. This is generally what I use when I'm placing stuff. So yeah, all 3 of these are inter-systems. Now, one thing with the inter-systems that's different than the regular ones, obviously the primary reason is that they can travel between different solar systems. I mean, they could be from one system to any other system, it doesn't matter. But by allowing that to happen, that means they also require helium-3 to operate. I had watched a video that basically said you only need the helium on one end of it to work properly. I wasn't really aware of that or anything like that, so on the safe side, I just have helium being put in on both sides, which is totally fine. That's what I have here. I have helium. I have 3 helium extractors per thing. I've had no issues with it. What I do is I have the helium extracting going into a gas storage, and then the gas storage going into the helium here in the system, in the cargo link. I always like to have the extractors go to storage first. That way, you can kind of like stockpile. The cargo links themselves can store some, but it's not that much. And this is true for the incoming and outgoing storage containers as well. So I always like to have storage first. Now, because this is my primary base, I have nothing that's outgoing. Everything is incoming. And as you can see, let's just look at this one for example. It's incoming. This is the incoming one. The one from this angle is the one on the left side. The incoming is the one that's on it's on the same side, lined up with the helium crate there. I have it going to, I believe it's this one here. Now, one thing that does kind of suck with these containers is that even though they're all daisy chain connected together, they're not, you still got to connect them separately. So this one is then connected to this one, which is then connected to this one, then this one, and this one, etc. And then I have them over here to, I finally unlocked the medium-sized ones, so I have them to fill up these as well. Same thing over here. Same thing over here. And I do have a transfer container for, since this is my only base or outpost that I have a landing pad. So if I have here, I can also access this transfer container. I have all of my crafting stuff inside here, which my regular outpost beacon's right here, so it's easier for me to access here. Anyways, the video's not about that. It's about the cargo links. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at, I'll just go ahead and show you. First, we can see from here. The only outpost I have in this system is the one that I just showed you. Over here, I have an outpost here. This one is harvesting my titanium and lead. That's all it's for. It's just harvesting titanium and lead with a regular cargo link, and that is being transferred to this outpost which this outpost is harvesting beryllium. So this outpost is harvesting beryllium, as well as it's getting the titanium and lead from that other planet, and then this one then transfers, because this one has an interlink cargo system, will then transfer to this one, the one that I just showed you. I have something similar over here, because I only have 8 maximum outposts, right? That's already showing, that's 3 outposts, counting my primary one, and then the 2 that I showed you, and then 2 here. It's the exact same setup. That's a total of 5. That means I have room for 3 more. I have another one way over here. I have 2 outposts on the same planet over here. And those resources are being funneled to this outpost right here. I'm going to go ahead and show you this.
You think this is bad?
Let's go ahead and go to this view. I like this view. All right. Now, I'm going to talk about something as well that I've seen a bunch of people on Reddit they weren't aware of either. And I actually had made a video right before this, and I forgot to talk about this, so I need to make sure I put this in this video. And that is, so this is my regular cargo link. This is a regular cargo link. That means these are the 2 from that other planet that I have in this system, those other 2 outposts. You have to have a separate cargo link for each cargo link. Each cargo link can only be connected to one other cargo link. So this one is connected to my cargo link that's transferring cobalt and nickel. This one is connected to the one that's harvesting the tungsten and copper. And both of these then funnel in to this one inter-system cargo link. And if you remember, my primary base has 3 inter-system cargo links. And so that means I need a separate inter-system cargo link for each cargo link. They can't all appear at the same cargo link. Which makes sense, right? Otherwise they'd be overlapping with each other. And this is where it comes in, the fact that you can only have 3 cargo links per base.
I picked up something you might be interested in.
Kind of makes it a little, why you're going to want to get that skill, right? That allows you to have more. And so this is that one. So this intersystem cargo link is the one that I just showed you. This one is for that beryllium and lead one. And this one is for my iron and aluminum one. So that's one of the main things you just have to remember. Every cargo link can only be connected to one cargo. There can only be between the 2. You can't have like two cargo links can't then transfer to the same cargo link somewhere else. One can only go to A can only go to B. And B can only go back to A if you were going to do it that way. So if you want, like, for example, if this is cargo link A, this is one it is receiving from B. If A is receiving from B, this is C receiving from D. This is E receiving from F. You have to have separate. They have to all be separate. So that kind of sucks. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, as for why I have all the red lines also connected to my storage, mainly, again, it's just so I have a reserve, because each cargo link holds its own amount of resources, but it's not infinite. So this way it'll start filling up here, and it works the other way too. When I'm at the outgoing bases, it'll fill up the outgoing, and then once the outgoing thing is full, it'll start filling up the containers. And that's pretty much it on how to set this up. It's honestly not that hard. It can be a little tedious though with the resources and stuff that you need, but yeah, once it gets all set up, it works pretty much all automatically on its own, and it works pretty well. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and leave a comment down below if this made no sense, if it did not help you, or if it did help you. I appreciate it, and I'll be making more videos related to Starfield. All right, peace.